Morning, guys. We're heading to morning, guys. We're heading to a rotation for the local sheriff's department. Pretty low on information. They said they're on the on 332 northbound at the 288 business overpass, and the vehicle is missing a whole front wheel assembly. They said it's not an accident, but it's, I guess, missing I don't know if it's just like a ball joint failure or just like an abandoned vehicle in the road or what exactly is going on. So we are headed that way. We're gonna have to kind of figure this one out. They didn't say what kind of vehicle it is or anything like that. They did not say any injuries or anything like that. And it's about 1 a.m. on I guess now Monday morning, so pretty low on details. It is raining outside. There's little scattered showers moving through, so might be dodging some raindrops while we're out there. So we're headed that way, see what we got. Thanks for watching, guys.
Are you now traffic on that vehicle?
4, I'm going to be next to the Bucky's parking lot.
Okay.
Probably 10 a.m. from here. I'll be en route to 719. Advice is given to the...
Alright, so it looks like we're pulling up. We see the red and blues up ahead of us here. It looks like they're more on the southbound side than the northbound side. Yep, they're definitely on the southbound side here. Get the lights. Definitely in a not very good spot. Here on like the back side of this bridge. That is a Mercedes.
0401.
It's tagged, so it's like an abandoned vehicle. Means nobody's here with it, but they definitely can't leave it sitting here on the white line on the back side of this bridge. It is a dangerous place to be. Alright, let's go. Got the flashlights. Remotes. Morning.
Just get your signature right there.
Sure.
They tell you it's missing the whole tire?
Yeah, they said it was missing a wheel and tire. They just left it sitting here on the bridge, or what?
Yeah, I'm guessing they drove for a while. Did you follow it?
There's a drag mark all the way.
Yeah, they took out one of those little metal things and it goes all the way back. What I don't understand is a trooper put a sticker on it.
Yeah, I seen the sticker.
I was like, hey, nah, that's the road.
Right, yeah, no, that is other side of the line there.
What source did you be taking it to?
1006 Avenue C in Freeport. Yeah, that's been there for... So where's the...
I'm guessing it's the one in the back. Open that shit?
Yeah, that looks like it. At least they were nice enough to pick that up instead of leaving it in the middle of the road for somebody to smoke in the middle of the night. All right.
The phone number.
Since it's abandoned and nobody's here to verify damage. Snap pictures of what I can before I move it. There's a Oh well, this is gonna pick it up with how dirty this window is, but wheel is inside of it. Got it. Appreciate it.
No problem.
Got it. Glad, at least for now, the rain has stopped. Honestly surprised that nobody's smoked this thing yet. At least traffic is pretty light right now. Assuming we do not have keys, so we're gonna probably just have to drag this thing up. Good news is the being that this wheel's missing, which once what is going on with a flashlight here? Of course, my flashlight messes up as soon as we go to work. I just charged this thing too. There's like this weird flashing light with my It was just working like 2 seconds ago. Transferred up on my bed. Roll that up. We're gonna leave the at a little bit of an angle there. Since we are on the back side of this bridge, I don't want it to roll forward and hit the headache rack of a truck, because that wheel being missing, it's gonna act like it's in neutral regardless if it's in park or anything, so I'm not gonna take any chances. Now we can lay the bed down. Side, there's no wheel to strap, so probably just grab that arm. And it'll be good enough to get us out of here. Only I would use a different strap, but sake of getting us off the highway. This will work for now. On this side we have all our wheels and tires, but we can strap these and make sure it's secured down. We have all 4 points of securement. One more strap. Let's make sure we're good to go and get out of here. Good to go with me?
Yeah, you good.
Appreciate it, man. One taillight working on that thing. I just noticed that. It's interesting. I'm mad my flashlight don't work. Alright. Make sure we hit towing so we document all of our times. And then we are out of here. All right. Well, that's a bad place and a bad time to leave your car on the side of the road. Obviously missing a wheel, there wasn't really any choice but to stop wherever it stopped at. And if it was like that, and I wasn't paying too much attention if it was front wheel drive, rear wheel drive, all wheel drive, or whatever. One of those Mercedes can be any of those. That was the drive axle, which I'm pretty sure it was based on how it was rolling. And it said when it you lose a wheel and tire, you break a CV shaft or anything in the drive shaft, whatever, the drive line's no longer connected to each other. How open differentials work is that with one of those missing or disconnected or whatever, the transmission being in park doesn't really matter. It's still going to want to roll. And on the flip side of that, if you give it throttle, it's not going to be connected, so it's not going to go anywhere. It's just going to rev up like it's in neutral because power is not being applied to both wheels to make it go. That's how open differentials work. If you had some kind of a locker in there where you could, like my Jeep, where you can command it, the axle locker to lock, at least you would have at least one wheel drive. If that was a front wheel drive car, you'd have at least one wheel drive, and you could maybe force it over a little bit more if it had enough power to do so. But Yeah, that's a bad spot to leave a car right there. It's still basically on the road side of that white line. Black car in the middle of the night. Really bad spot. Surprised nobody came through there and hit it and caused an accident, or some kind of an impaired driver or distracted driver could have very easily clipped that, especially being right there. That's not good. So anyways, we're headed to the yard to get this thing dropped off. Don't really expect it to fight us too hard, but we'll see how she acts whenever we get to the yard. All right, we got this thing unstrapped. I found out that my flashlight, there's this lock switch on the back of it, and when you put it in the lock position, it does not work. It flashes those red and green lights like it was doing, so could have easily fixed that out there. It had some light to load this thing, but oh well. I don't really pay much attention to this light during the daytime. I'm only using it at night for some reason, you know? Well, kind of funny. I never really noticed that lock switch. All right, let's see how this thing wants to act and through driving and bouncing and everything. It's like that lower ball joint is what caused the whole thing to come off. Looks like that stud snapped. Oh well, you can see that. That stud snapped off. At least it's staying put for us. Kinda hoping that thing rolls. That's what I was expecting. This thing's probably, yep, it's locked up. All right, now we get to do it the fun way. There's a couple different ways we could do this. We can tilt up on the bed and kind of use the bed to kind of push it down a little bit. And if we can get enough room, we can get our blocks on either side. It doesn't say 4MATIC on it anywhere, so I'm assuming it's probably not all-wheel drive. That doesn't mean anything. But if we leave my winch hooked up, feed it some slack. I can pull my cable in like that, then we can toss that there for now. Pull the bed in, and then you should be able to use the bed to push the whole car back. Might need a wood block to chalk that tire. That tire is definitely not wanting to roll now. See how it's fighting against us? This one might be rear-wheel drive. See how I was wanting to spin opposite of us, of our direction of it moving. Tells me that it was That's how that differential works, is it spins opposite, which is why that one side wanted to re-spool it so we can get this done. Not too worried about it rolling away. Get to the edge of the bed here. But with it wanting to spin opposite like that, that tells me that's the drive axle. Which is why if you take one wheel off or a drive shaft or something like that, and then pull it, it'll want to, that one wheel will spin. Say we're going this way, this wheel will spin. The other one's gonna spin the other direction, but obviously there's no tire and it's not on the ground for it to lock in place and spin both ways. That differential in the middle is just gonna allow the tire to spin, and then it's going to free roll. It is starting to rain, so I'm gonna try to knock this out real quick. Going to get this off here since I don't really think we're gonna have to worry about it rolling away on us. Hey, yeah, there's no CV axle here, so this thing is definitely rear-wheel drive. There's really no risk of it rolling away on us. Really would like to set that on the ooh, starting to rain. I'm gonna get in the truck for a minute. Get this little rain shower moving in on us. We're right there, and that's moving that way. So the good news is, here in just a couple of minutes, that'll be moved past us and we won't be out in the rain no more. All right, the rain has stopped, which means we get to unload this thing now. So we're gonna pull the bed out from under it. So I'd really like to get a block or something under it. Let me see if I can find a wood block somewhere out here. Only there had been one over here somewhere. I didn't leave it under something else. There it is. I'm going to set it right there. We'll see how that does. That's still on top of the block of wood. There we go. Nice and easy. What do y'all think the high-low on me having that block in the right place was? Leave me a comment right now, and then we'll see how we did. Nailed it. Not that it really supports us a whole lot, but at least that joint and everything's not laying in the ground. Not that it really probably matters. Here comes the rain again. Finish up my clean up of the bed here. do my impound paperwork so that I can get in bed. Like I said, it is now 1:45 in the morning, Monday morning, which means we have a very busy day ahead of us, because Mondays are always crazy for us in the towing industry, at least for us anyways, because everybody that broke down over the weekend is going to call us first thing in the morning and throughout the day to get their car towed to a mechanic shop that was closed this weekend, or the dealership, or wherever it needs to go. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. If y'all would, subscribe, like, and share. We'll see y'all on the next one. Thanks for watching, guys.